I love riding in the rain. It's my favorite. Get all my nice gear wet, then it gets nice and soggy. It's the best. And it's a little chilly. It's about 58 degrees outside right now. That other HID going. There we go. Alright, well actually this is another good segue into things you should learn in your first year. Alright, so eventually, whether you like it or not, you're going to get stuck out riding in the rain. And hopefully if you're new to riding, the first time you ride in the rain will be in the daytime, where you can kind of see what's going on. And what I mean by that is not only cars, but looking to see where the paint is, where the oil is on the road. So when I come up to my stoplights, ideally I want to put my tires on where other people's tires are. And then I need to be careful where I put my feet, because between the two car tire tracks are usually where you have all the oil spots. So if I put my foot in an oil slick, the bike's going over. If I put my tire in an oil slick, the bike may not necessarily go over when I try to stop, but it may go over when I try to take off. The back end may try to come out, or if I try to stop too quickly, the front end may dump out from underneath me, left or right. So other things we want to avoid is the paint strips in the turns. So what I'm shooting for is trying to ride between the paint markers and then trying to find the high spots in the road that I can see with very limited visibility here, so that I know how deep it is in that spot. So like here, I want to go where the tires are, but the catch-22 is I couldn't really see how far down it was. So now I've stopped to where I'm not sitting on the paint and my foot's not in the oil slicks. That's a lot to think about. So now I'm looking ahead. I know I got some rough road up here. I got some holes in the street. You can see that in front of me. Albuquerque's not going to win any awards for high quality roads. So I'm always thinking ahead. I'm always trying to figure out what's going to try to kill me next, whether it's going to be somebody in a car or if it's going to be the road in front of me. And luckily this GT Air came with this insert that goes in the lens that helps me out with fog prevention. So normally what I would have to do is crack my lid here on my visor and let all that fog kind of bleed out, let the ambient air come in and the hot air go out. But because I have this insert in this GT Air, I don't have to worry about the fog. I just need to make sure that I keep it clean on the inside. Another trick whenever you get going, if you have both hands on the handlebars and you need to keep them there, as you start going probably over 35-40 miles an hour, you can actually rotate your head to the right and to the left while still keeping your eyes looking forward, and the wind will actually push the water off of your visor, which is convenient. Or you can just wipe it with your hand. The problem with wiping it with your hand is if it's cold outside and you're getting dew, condensation, all that stuff building up on the visor, you wipe it, now your hand's wet and now your hands are cold, and your hands are where you make your money. So again, I pulled up here, you can see not a whole lot of paint left on the ground, and I'm just hanging out. Looking through the turn, I'm going to try to stay off the paint again, take it nice and easy, try to keep the bike as upright as possible. And thankfully it stopped raining. Alright, here we go, our turn. And it's actually pretty pleasant out here right now. It's a little chilly, but it's not bad. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm going to try to be predictable. These people in the desert don't typically do well with driving when it rains. Believe it or not. I know it's weird. And I really hate passing in the right lane, and I hate being in the lane that people are merging onto. But I'm getting ready to get off, not at this next exit, but the next one. And the more lane changes I do at night, the higher my chances are that I'll probably get schwacked. Somebody will want to schwack me. And the faster I go, the higher the wind chill effect, so it feels colder than at 85 miles an hour than it does at 75 miles an hour. Another thing is that I don't like hanging out in people's blind spots, so I typically don't hang out there very often. You may see in some of my videos where whether I'm on the highway or on the road, I'll go 10 over just to get out of somebody's blind spot, and then I'll slow down. Luckily earlier today I had a guy actually looking for me. So he had the SA, wasn't on his phone, wasn't bumping his music crazy loud, talking to his lady friend in the passenger seat, and he knew I was around there somewhere. He had his windows down so he could hear me. So when he went to make the lane change, which we tried to do simultaneously into the same lane, I'm going to pass on the right because it's a turning lane only. He knew where I was at, and I didn't have to worry about him trying to smear me all over the side of the road. Maybe during the next video I'll talk to you guys about how I learned the hard way about how not to trust people and what to look at when, really to prioritize where my eyes should be while I ride. That was a not so fun learning experience. But like anything, you screw it up, you get back on, and you don't make the same mistakes twice. Taking it easy on the paint. There we go. Can't have both lanes, Arizona. Still can't have both lanes. Still can't have both lanes. This may not have been the right choice. We'll see. It changes here in the next few seconds. Boom, it was.